Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hey everyone, it's May 27th, and today's reflection is titled, Where Wolves Won't Go. This is our second reflection inspired by a quote from Lord Byron, and this quote today comes from the Giaour. The first reflection we had inspired by Byron was from April 3rd in our month on nature. That one was titled Pleasure and Rapture All Around. So head back there to learn more about this romantic poet and hear that reflection if you haven't yet. The Giaour is a poem published in 1813, and it was a huge success for the poet. So this title, Giaour, is an offensive Turkish word for infidel or non-believer. The poem covers a range of topics and themes like revenge, forbidden love, guilt, remorse, and even vampirism. Interestingly, its inclusion of vampirism is important to the culture in general in that it's one of the first written mentions of the topic. Before this, there was pretty much only John Stagg's The Vampire from 1810. All right, now here's the quote. Love will find its way through paths where wolves would fear to prey, and if it dares enough, 'twere hard, if passion met not some reward. No matter how, or where, or why, I did not vainly seek nor sigh. So I really like that quote. It's just a short little bit from this narrative poem, The Giaour, which I think in the end was over like 1,000 lines. All right, let's get to the reflection. There are places where the wolves dare not go. Even when pressed with hunger, they know to avoid barren landscapes, those slippery and icy slopes, or forests that have been burned and scarred by fire. These are places where nature is harsh and unforgiving, where life struggles to gain a foothold. And there are places where even we dare not go willingly, those emotional or moral wastelands where even the cruelest and hardest among us cannot survive long. The valleys of death and loss, where memories of joy and life are stripped of their flesh and their bones lie bleached beneath a merciless sun. Or those oceans of despair and grief and obsession so deep we sink without a trace. No, not without the greatest courage could you pass through these lands and come out stronger and wiser on the other side. What is courage born from, if not love? If the one you love crosses over into these cursed lands, would you not pursue them in the hope of saving them? Should you slip and fall into such a crevasse, would you not hope for the one you love to descend after you to pull you out? Even in the most dire, hopeless, haunted, and morally extinct places, you will find a lone traveler, braving the cutting winds and poisoned air, trekking over the bones of the dead and through fields of knives, all to reach the one they love. And even if they falter or fail, they will not sigh, because nothing could ever make the pursuit of love worthless. And there ends today's reflection. So I thought that would be a nice little companion one to put after To the Ends of the Earth Would You Follow Me from yesterday, May 26th. We're kind of talking about the same thing here. How far would you go for the ones you love? To what ends would you go? What would you do for them? And what does love, this powerful, awe-inspiring, almost terrifying power, do to us as humans? How does it transform us? How does it make us better, or potentially worse? All right, so now it's time for your reflection question. So in your journal, on your napkin, or while you are looking out the window, consider the following. Where and how far would I go for those I love? Will I find courage to enter those harsh and unforgiving realms? Would you go where wolves won't go? All right, that's it for today, May 27th. I'll be back tomorrow, May 28th, with another reflection. Have a good one, and take care.